Okay, so what are we doing? There's my plan. All right. We are starting in a seated position. So we're going to find our sitting bones and grab a hold of the back of our thighs. Ah, welcome. So we're grabbing a hold of the back of our thighs. If you look at your feet, you just want to make sure that those feet of yours are parallel hip width distance. Okay, so you're not going too wide, you're not turning your feet out. And then you're going to just lift your toes up off of the floor. So it's just your heels on the mat, toes are lifted up. I want you to think about pushing the ground down with your bum and lengthening up to the crown of your head. Scrunch your shoulders up towards your ears just for a moment. So feel what that feels like to be scrunched up and tense in the neck. Take a big exhale, roll your shoulder blades back and down, and notice what it feels like to have the collarbones open and the neck free. Let's take 3 more breaths like that. So on the inhale, we're going to shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. On the exhale, we're going to melt the shoulders down and lengthen up to the crown of our head. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Exhale, lengthen up to the crown of the head and roll the shoulder blades down. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down, get even taller. Nice. So you're going to keep this chilled out neck situation. Take a big inhale for me. As you exhale, it's almost as if somebody's kind of pointing a pencil at your belly button and you want to pull away from the sharp pencil. You're going to roll off of your sit bones onto your sacrum, rounding into your lower back. Try and keep those heels on the ground if you can. Look down at your belly button and then roll yourself all the way up. So we're not going to go all the way down into our max depth just yet. Inhale to lengthen, get really tall, melt the shoulders, and exhale. Roll off of the sit bones onto the sacrum. Slowly bring yourself back up. I'm going to go for 4 more like that. Inhale, get really tall. Exhale, roll off the sit bones onto the sacrum. So there shouldn't even be too much like muscular activation just yet. It's mostly just feeling that rounding into the lower back. Last 2 and roll. And up. Last time and roll. Good. And bring it up. Really nice. Now if you can, let go of your legs, reach the arms forward, palms are going to face up and the shoulder blades are nice and down. Okay, we're going to exhale, roll off the sit bones onto the sacrum. Don't go too crazy low. I'm just going to pause wherever you feel you can maintain it. All right, you can even come slightly like out of it. You don't have to go crazy deep. Look at your pubic bone, and I want you to think about pulling your pubic bone back towards your face, pulling your belly button in, squeezing your 2 shoulder blades down, and then keep your belly button pulled in as you roll all the way up. Get really tall. Good, let's go for 4 more of them. Inhale. Exhale, slowly roll off of the sit bones onto the sacrum. As you do that, draw your belly in towards your spine. Inhale, slowly bring yourself up. If you feel your lower back getting really tired here, which it can, then just take as many breaks as you need, yeah? Last 2. We want to feel the tummy start to activate now as we come down and as we come up. Your core is helping you. And your hip flexors. Last time, calming down. Good, and then slowly bring it up. Very nice. Okay, we're going to take it down to where you feel you can maintain it, and you're going to hang out there. Okay, so manage where you get to. Pull your pubic bone up towards your chin. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. And from here, you're going to take your right arm, you're going to open it out to the right hand side. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, left arm to the left. Inhale, bring it back to center. Keep going. Imagine you had weights on your shoulder blades. Those weights were drawing the shoulder blades down towards the earth. So as you rotate, think about the shoulders being really far away from the ears. 7, 6. Knees stay parallel, feet stay parallel if you can. 5. Think about twisting from your belly button. So that belly button that's drawn in towards the spine, you're wringing yourself out from the center. 3, 2, just so you know, after the last one, we're going to roll all the way onto our back. Okay, so once you reach center, slowly roll yourself all the way down to the ground. Well done, really well done. And we're lying down. Okay, cool. So once you're on your back, just get my microphone here, it's like squishing into my back. Okay, so once you're on our back, take your hands behind your head, your elbows into your peripheral vision. Okay, nice and strong interlocking of the fingers at the base of your skull. Take an inhale at the bottom here. Then as you exhale, we're going to come up into a little crunch. Good. In your crunch at the top, make the choice here if you want to be in a neutral spine or slightly imprinted. I'm going for neutral, okay? Then you're slowly going to come back down. So as you come up, either you're going to let your lower back gently press into the floor, that would be an imprint, or you're going to keep your spine nice and neutral. There'll be a little space underneath your lower back. Slowly come down. 8 to go here. Exhaling to come forward. Good. Inhaling to slowly come back down. Exhaling to come forward. Inhaling to slowly come back down. And 6 to go. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. So as you move, guys, keep on going. Start to really visualize, focus on your rib cage. Rib cage is almost kind of piercing through the front of your body as you come forward. So take any tension out of your neck, any tension out of your shoulders, and see if you can move that energy down into your tummy. Last 3, exhaling to lift. And 2, exhaling to lift. Last time, exhaling to lift. Beautiful. Take your head down to the mat. Pop your hands down alongside your body. And this time I'm going to be a bit more specific about the spinal cueing. Let's try and find a neutral spine. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're not rounding into your lower back, you're not arching into your lower back, you're just right for you. Hands alongside you. Let's take one leg into tabletop. Find your tummy muscles. Other leg into tabletop. Hold. Okay, make sure that your rib cage isn't just flared open and your lower back hasn't just arched. Press your lower back gently into the floor, or at least maintain your neutral. Inhale to prepare. Let's exhale, stretch the left leg forward. Inhale to bring it back. Right leg is going to stretch forward. Inhale to bring it back. Exhale, alternating from leg to leg here. Moving with your breath. Exhaling to stretch the leg long. Inhaling to bring it back. Exhaling to stretch the leg long. Inhaling to bring it back. Okay, let's try for about 6 to 8 more depending on your breathing rhythm. Zone in on your tummy muscles. Make sure that you're using your tummy muscles to keep your lower back positioning nice and solid. Lower back muscles will work here as well. Last 4. Ideally, I'd be hearing that breath coming out of your mouth or coming out of your nose. 3, 2, and last time. Super good. Pop those feet down onto the ground. Okay, last little bit of kind of traditional abdominal work. We're going to come into rotation. So I'm going to take my hands behind my head again. And it's kind of simple. You've all definitely done it with me before. We're going to take an inhale to prepare at the bottom. I'm going to exhale. First, come into the crunch position or flexion. Stabilize there. And then I'm going to pick one leg to come into tabletop. So right leg up, left elbow towards right knee. As soon as I come up here, I don't want to dump into my right shoulder blade and just sink into the floor on the right hand side. I want to imagine a little fire underneath my right shoulder blade. I'm going to lift away from it and then slowly come back down. Everything comes back to the floor, and then I'm going to come to the other side. Now, if you want to join me, exhale, flexion, left leg into tabletop, right elbow towards left knee, left shoulder blade lifts away from the floor, right butt cheek stays on the ground, and then slowly come down. Good. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, flexion first. Inhale, knee to elbow. And exhale, slowly down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, come into flexion. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, slowly down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, flexion. Inhale, knee to elbow. Remember, we're alternating from side to side. Exhale, slowly down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, flexion. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, slowly down. Let's go for 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 to go. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, flexion. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale all the way down. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale, flexion. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale down. Last time. Inhale. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, knee to elbow. And exhale down. Well done. Let your head rest down. Take your hands away from your head and just put them alongside your body again, palms facing up. And as you place your hands down, just give yourself enough room. So take your hands kind of far away from your body to give yourself room to allow the front of your shoulders to relax. Okay, maybe even close your eyes. We're going to find that beautiful breathing rhythm again. So it's an inhale. And I'm going to arch my lower back on the inhale. And on my exhale, I'm going to round and press my lower back into the floor. Inhale, fill the body with breath. Exhale, relax and soften, rounding the lower back into the ground. Inhale, imagine that air really filling the body like fresh wind. Exhale, getting all of the stale air, stale energy out the body. 2 more before we add on, okay? So it's an inhale to arch. And exhale to tuck and round. Inhale to arch. Exhale to tuck and round. Alright, the next time you tuck and round, guess where we're going? We're going to take it up into a bridge. So we're going to push down through the floor, lengthen into the lower back, pick our bums up off the floor, root down into the big toes. Just make sure that you've got your big toe contact, okay? Inhale at the top. Exhale, melt your spine down along that straight line that cuts you in half, cutting yourself down the middle as you lower your spine down. Good. Now, moving with your breath. Let's go for about 6 to 8 more. Exhaling to lift up. Taking a little pause for an inhale at the top. And a nice long exhale to come down. Taking a pause for an inhale at the bottom. Nice long relaxing exhale to bring yourself up into your bridge. Pausing for an inhale at the top. Slow exhale to come down. Last 4 here. Inhale. Start to zone in a little bit more about the specifics of your body. So notice as you come down, are you coming down towards the left? Are you kind of veering off to the right? Can you really make that line nice and straight all the way down and nice and straight all the way up? In any other circumstance, I'd say symmetry is overrated. But when it comes to the body and like spinal stuff, of course, we're going to have one side that's a little bit different to the other, but we really want to try and feel and get to know our two halves, you know? Just get to know yourself here with this. Last time. Moving up on your exhale. And moving down again on an exhale. Well done. Once your bum is on the ground, take a hug of your knees in towards your chest. Little rock from side to side. Really great job. All right. So far we've been going up and down the straight line that cuts us in the middle. So what I want to try and do from here, it's not that much of a big change, but what we're going to do is take it up into a bridge, okay? And then I'm going to think about coming down on the left-hand side of my body, okay? So I'm going to let my pelvis tip over to the left. I'm just going to lift my arms up so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to kind of lower myself down on the left side of my rib cage. I'm going to bring my pelvis to center, so I come up through center. And then I'm going to let my pelvis tip down to the right. And then I'm going to go down along the right side of my body. Okay. Then I'm going to even myself out through center. Yeah. Come up through center. Lower down on the left. Okay. So again, guys, this is not one of those exercises that's going to give you like crazy burn necessarily. But it's more of just a body awareness exercise. So tipping your pelvis over to one side, slowly lower yourself down along the back of the rib cage until you feel that side of the lower back. Square yourself through the middle, lift up along the central line of your spine, and then pivot over to the other side. Good. So every time we're coming up through that midline. Go for 4. Bit of a strange one. So coming up through the middle, coming down on one side. 2. Last time. Good. Now from here, we're going to take it up into our bridge and hold. We're going to do kind of the same thing, but just from here, we're not going to be squaring off through the middle. So I'm going to pivot over to the left side. I'm going to lower myself down the left. My left butt cheek's going to hit the floor. I'm going to lift myself up on the left-hand side again. When my bum is in the air, I square myself off through center, and then I come down on the right and up on the right. Okay? So less rest now. So down on the left, up on the left, down on the right, up on the right. Okay, now keep on going. Let's try for about 8 to 10 more of these. Start to notice a couple of things in your body. Okay, try and get that one vertebra at a time sensation. So like a wave going up the spine as you lift your bum and going down your spine as you lower your bum. Okay, see if you can accentuate that wave-like motion through the feet. So it's almost like you're pushing down through the opposite foot each time, right? So I'm lowering down on the left side. My right foot is controlling my descent. I'm lifting up on the left side. Again, right foot. Start to notice this cross-referencing between the sides of your body. Keep going. Up and down from side to side. Going for 4. And lift. And 3. and lift, feeling the rotational movements in the pelvis from side to side. 2 and lift. Okay, last one. Down and up. Well done. And then lay your spine nicely down through that midline, center, and take a hug of the knees. Really well done. Little rock from side to side, little rock from side to side. So good. Okay, so let's roll it up into seated. Last little bit of work, kind of lying, I guess, being in this position. We're going to try and add the ab work and the articulation together. All right, so I'm going to reach my arms forward. Instead of going straight back and straight up, I'm going to see, almost as if I was holding onto a canoe paddle or something, if I can go down along the left-hand side of my mat, reaching over to the left. So you'll lower on the left side of the rib cage. Your arms are going to sweep up overhead, and then see if you can bring yourself up on the right side of your body, squaring off through center. Okay, and then you're going to see if you can lower down on the right. As you'll feel the pressure on the right bum cheek, right rib cage. Arms are going to come up overhead. You're going to square off for a minute through center, and then you're going to come up through the left. Now, if you're struggling to keep your feet on the ground, you can always hook your feet underneath your couch or put a weight on top of your ankles. If you want to make it a little harder, straighten your legs out. Okay, so straightening out the legs, squeeze your bum, and then continue. Draw your navel towards your spine as you come down. Use your exhalation to bring yourself up. Sitting up tall through center each time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to take it over to one side, rolling down on that side. Arms come up overhead. Inhale. Exhale lifts you up. Sitting up tall. Let's try for 4 more. And slowly down. So with this movement, I see people, and it's super normal, you kind of have moments where you can't control your speed, and you'll just kind of like fly up or fly down and use momentum. Those areas, even though it's so difficult, you want to try and sit in them and take a little longer through them if you can. So where you can't control your speed, that's where you need to try and slow down. Okay, last 2. All the way around the world. And last time, slowly down. And slowly up. Well done. Once you're up there and seated, just hang forward over your legs, resting in a little bit of a seated forward fold, relaxing the back of your neck, breathing into the back line of your body, relaxing in the lower back muscles, taking 2 more breaths here. Just soften your cheeks and your jaw. And then we're going to walk our hands up our thighs and we're going to change it up, okay? So the position that we're coming into, I know this is like a really tough one for a lot of people, but we're going to try and find 90-90. All right, so you can take your left shin out in front, right shin back behind, and it is often nicer to point the toes of the back foot towards your bum rather than having a flexed foot. Okay, so that might take a little bit of the hip pinch away. All right. But from here, turn your chest towards your left thigh, okay? Lengthen up through the crown of your head, and you're just going to walk on tented fingertips over, drape yourself over that front leg. Take a moment, and then walk yourself back up. Good. Nice. Let's go for maybe 2 more like that with the hands on the mat. So again, kind of finding that wave-like movement of the spine, undulating. Last time with the hands on the mat, and if hands on the mat is feeling pretty intense for you, then you might not progress to the next version. If you feel like you can add on here, hands come across the chest. You're still turning your chest towards that front thigh. Try not to hike up that back hip. You're going to slowly bring your sternum towards the floorboards and then push your front leg into the floor to lift yourself up. Good. 5. And down. And up. So if this feels super intense, just put one hand on the mat, like do what you got to do to make this work for you. If it's just lower back doing the work, you need to think about how can I make my front leg the working leg to lift me. 2. And up. Good. And last time down. Good. And up. So nice. From here, you're going to take left elbow down to the mat. Okay, so left elbow is going to be down. And I'm going to push the floor away. My right arm is going to reach up, 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 up and overhead. I'm just going to take a moment here. Now, if I had to think about like this bottom supporting shoulder, I want to squeeze that shoulder blade down. All right, so my neck is nice and free. I want to lift away from the floor as if there was a candle burning underneath my rib cage. And I'm going to rotate my torso towards my forearm. And I'm going to rotate my torso towards you guys and up towards the sky. And then rotate my torso down towards my forearm. Rotate my torso up towards the sky. As I rotate towards my forearm, I'm pushing the ground away through said forearm. It's almost like I'm trying to say, get away from me, floorboards. 2. And last time, let's keep the chest facing towards the forearm. Okay, so we're going to twist down towards the floor. Your right arm, see if you can reach it forward, and get your flat palm onto the ground. Okay, so I'm going to connect to the floor with that arm that was free. Now both of my arms are going to push the floor away. That's going to help me come almost into like a cat stretch in my upper back. So your upper back is going to round. Let your head relax. Connect to your lower belly. Draw your navel in and up. Take a big breath into the back line of your body as you push the floor away. Now see if you can create a pulling of the floor towards you through the forearm and through that right hand. Start to pull the floor towards you. Lift your heart, look up. Okay, try not to strain your neck too far forward, keeping an imaginary peach between your chin and your chest. Think about the activation really coming from your shoulder blades. So shoulder blades, hands, forearm, draw the floor towards you. Inhale here and then exhale, push the floor away from you, lift and round into your spine. Inhale into the back line. One more time, pull the floor towards you, lift your heart, but keep a peach between your chin and your chest. Very nice. Okay, now I'm going to open my chest towards the camera again. Don't be surprised if your stabilizing forearm gets really tired, okay? That's normal. But we're open towards the camera or towards each other. And I'm going to stretch my top leg, my right leg nice and long, okay? As soon as I do that, I don't want my lower back to arch. So I'm going to close my rib cage in relation to my pelvis. And I'm going to see if I can actually lift my right leg off of the mat, okay? From here, see if you can bring your elbow to your knee. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Adjust your bottom elbow as needed, okay? Good. Okay, now as you move, I want you to think about stretch, stretch, stretch. Become an elastic band and then recoil. 4, stretch, stretch, stretch. Out of your shoulder blade, out of your hip, recoil. 2, stretch, 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 recoil. Last time, and stretch, 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 and recoil. Good. We're going to come up. Reach your right hand onto your right shin. Left arm reaches up and up, 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 up. So you're opening that right rib cage. Reach, 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 stretch, stretch, stretch. Good. And I'm actually using my right hand to push into my right shin to get leverage to open up the rib cage even more on that left hand side. Good. And then perhaps you could take your left hand, reach it back towards that right shin or right kneecap. Tap the right kneecap. And then open up towards the sky. Twisting your chest towards the ceiling. And then twist your chest towards your shin. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2. Last time. I know this could be pinchy in the hip and tiring in the neck and shoulders, depending on your mobility. Good job. Really nice. Okay, guys, let's take the hands behind us and scooch it over to the other side. Nice. Okay, so same thing. Get as comfortable as you can in this position. And we're going to first start with a little bit of that external rotator mobility stuff. So if you're like me, I always want to hike this hip up and squeeze my obliques. It's not a problem, but see if you can maybe try and relax that and just focus on, the mobilizing of that right hip. Lengthen up to the crown, and we're going to walk on tented fingertips, draping ourselves over that front thigh, and then walk back up. Nice. Maybe say 3 or 4 more. If you want to hang out down there a little longer, then that's totally cool. And 2. Last one with the tented hands, but obviously if tented hands is like pretty intense for you, then you stay with that version. Right, option to take the hands across the chest, just for 5, okay? Okay, lengthen up through the crown. Try not to arch excessively into the lower back, so you can think about drawing the navel in and up, and then send your heart towards the floorboards. Push your front thigh into the floor to lift you out of it. 5. 4. 3. Almost there. 2. And 1. So good. Okay, so this is the point where we pop the elbow onto the ground. So right elbow is going to come down. Once that elbow is on the ground there, make sure that it's just feeling super solid underneath the stabilizing shoulder. So I'm not going to sink into that shoulder. I'm going to push the ground away and then think about almost wrapping my shoulder blade underneath me onto my side body so that I'm really stable. I can feel my lats engage, okay, and serratus. So from here, left arm up. Nice. Okay, take a moment. Soften through the neck and shoulders. If your neck is kind of struggling in this position, look at the ground. Okay, that's quite helpful. All right, so from here, I'm going to push the floor away through my forearm, and I'm going to rotate my sternum towards my forearm. I'm reaching forward through my left arm, reaching out of the shoulder blade, and then rotating up towards the sky. And rotating down. As I rotate down, I'm pushing the floor away through my stabilizing shoulder, reaching out of my shoulder blade on the left arm. And inhale, twist the chest up. Exhale, twist the chest to the floor, push the floor away. Inhale, twist up. Exhale, twist towards the floor. Okay, last time. Inhale, twist up. Exhale, twist towards the floor. Reach your left arm forward and see if you can take that left hand flat palm to the ground. Nice. Okay, now if you feel like you don't have a connection to your tummy here, try and find that belly. Draw it in and up. Breathe into the back and sides of your lungs. Push the floor away through the forearm, through that flat left hand contact to the ground. Get away from your floorboards, round into your upper back. Let your head relax. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Fill the lungs, fill the back and the sides, especially that left side. Good, and then you're going to try and create a little bit of traction, a pull of the floor towards you to lift the heart. And look forward, but not poking the chin forward to hyperextend into the neck, keeping a little bit of a peach between the chin and the chest. Okay, pulling the floor towards you. Pull, 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 pull. Feel your lats engage, and then push the floor away, round into the upper back. Lift your belly towards the sky. Inhaling here, feeling that breath fill the left side. And exhale, pull the floor towards you. Lift the heart. Pause for a breath in. Last time, push the floor away. Good, and then open your heart towards the front. Frame your ear with that left arm. Good, and this is where we're going to extend that left leg long. Close the ribs. Okay, I always want to turn it into like a dramatic back bend. Close the ribs and see if you can lift that left leg off of the ground. Don't sink into the right shoulder. Push the floor away, knee to elbow. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, become an elastic band. Stretch. Really get long, and then bring it in. So imagine the walls were kind of pressing in on you and you were going to hold them apart with your hand and your foot, okay? And then bring it in. Quite a dramatic example, but imagine those walls were trying to push in on you. And in. Going for 3. Reach. And in. 2. Reach. And in. Last one. Reach. And in. So good. Pop that leg down. Bring yourself up. Left hand grabs left shin. Now, what I do is I actually put the heel of my left hand kind of in on that shin bone so I can like push into it, and that helps me open up my ribs on this side. Okay, so I'm pushing down there to open up there. Okay, so using that, maybe you can reach your right arm up. But first think really up, 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 up. Soften the left shoulder down. Elbow is drawing down and towards your booty on that left side. Nice. Maybe right arm can kind of slowly sweep back. You can tap your left knee with your fingertips. You might get a pinch in the hip. Obviously, don't push that too far. Use that leverage of the left hand to push your shin away. And then inhale, reach up. Turn your heart towards the sky. Exhale, rotate. As I rotate back, my left hand is helping me not to lose that kind of integrity of my spine. So I'm almost locking out my left elbow, really, to be honest with you. 2. And 1. Amazing. Really great. Okay, so we're going to take it over to the left-hand side, just to give the right-hand side a bit of a break. It's going to be left hand down, left knee down, right foot flat. So I'm sure you guys have all got it right, but just to be 100% sure, my hand is in line with my knee is in line with my foot. It's a straight line. I don't have my hand in front of my knee like this. I'm out to the side. Okay? This bottom leg, I see it all the time. It's really going to make your life way more difficult if you're like this. So your knee is underneath you, so much so that you can take your hand away from it. Cool. Right arm reaches up and over. Take a moment here. What I really like to do is to push the heel of that flat foot. So my right foot, I want to think about pushing that heel away from me. Closing the ribs and lengthening my tail towards the wall beneath me. So pubic bone forward, tailbone long. Nice. Reach your right arm deeper through. From the right, reach. And then let's start to circle through that right arm. So we're going to open our heart towards the sky, circling on back. And then you're going to sweep the arm down, forward, up, and back. Keeping the lower back long, see if you can kind of follow your hand with your heart. It is, so my heart is going to turn down towards the floor. My heart's going to start to turn up towards the sky. The last two. If your neck doesn't like this, you can just, keep a gentle gaze towards the ground rather. And one. Very nice. Now take your right hand behind your head. Press your skull back into your hands. Tuck your chin towards your chest. So a little bit of neck flexor action here to press the back of the skull into your hands. Elbow towards elbow here. So I'm going to take my right elbow and I'm going to rotate. I'm going to see how close can I get my right elbow towards my right forearm. Not very far at all. And then open up. It's got a nice big click in my back though, which felt really great. Inhale. Lift the heart, look up. Exhale. Rotate. Keep pushing your skull back into your hand. Okay, so we're never going to be pushing the head towards the floor as we rotate the chest down. You always want to think about magnetizing the back of the skull up into your hand as your chest faces the floor. Last two, obviously not 10 million% of it though. Your neck shouldn't be lit up like a Christmas tree. 2. Okay guys, last time. Very nice. Now let that right arm reach up and over to the right. Engage your obliques. See if you can bring yourself up. Nice and slow. You might feel a lot in the hips. Your lower back has worked. Reach that left arm up and over. Good. Slowly. I want your tummy to fire up here. So slowly. Abs work to bring you down. Reach right arm up and overhead. Exhaling through center. Find your bum as you come up. Bum, glutes. Reach up. And last two. Strong belly to spine connection as you go through that midline. Last time. We're going to go down and up. Back down again. Okay, so we're going to stay down. Reaching the right arm up and overhead. See if you can suspend that right leg up off of the ground. Now watch for the mega back bend. Close the rib cage in relation to the pelvis. See if you can bring elbow to knee. Knee to elbow. Good. 10. 9. 8. So as you bring the knee to the elbow, see if you can continue to push the ground away through your left knee. So you're not coming down there too much. See if you can continue to keep the integrity of the lift out of your stabilizing leg. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Send your leg long, put it on the ground. Put your right hand onto the ground as well. Okay, so you can actually look at the floor. Then your right hand comes to the ground. Separate your hands as if your hands were in a plank position. Okay, Your back foot, your right foot, twist your heel towards the sky. Your toes are going to be pointing forwards. Okay? Round into your lower back. Not letting my lower back arch, I'm lifting my belly towards my spine. I'm going to push the floor away, and I'm going to see if I can lift my left knee off of the ground and then take it back to the floor. I'm going to exhale, push the floor away, lift my left knee up. Inhale, take it back down. Let's try for 8. Exhale, push, lift. Inhale, back down. 7. And down. Push, lift. 6. And down. Push, lift. 5. And down. Push, lift. 4. And down. Almost there. Push, lift. 3. And down. Keep the shoulders above the wrists if you can. 2. And down. Last lift. 1. And down. Great job. Come on to high kneeling and just gently shake out the wrists. Great job. Okay, we're flying through. We've got the other side to get through. So the side kneeling work. And then maybe we'll have a little bit of time at the end for a bit more. Okay, so right knee down, left foot out to the left, right hand down. Okay, nice. Left arm reaches up overhead. Okay, so that foot that's flat on the ground, see if you can send the heel away from you. You might just get a little bit more of a stretch on the ankle, which is always nice. Take a second. See if you can reach your left arm further up overhead. Stretch for that wall above you. Breathe into the exposed side. Okay, and then we're going to start to circle. So we're going to start reaching the arm back. Maybe turning the heart to the sky, opening up the front of the chest, and down. Almost trailing the fingertips along the floor. Reach up. Open. Back. Nice. 3. Beautiful. 2. Last time, and nice. Okay, cool. So taking your hand behind your head and push your head back into your hand. Okay, so you're thinking about almost like a woody woodpecker, drawing your skull back towards your hand. Press down to the pinky toe edge of that left foot. Push the floor away through your right hand. Rotate towards the ground. See how close you can get your elbow towards your forearm. And then open up towards the sky. Exhale, rotate down. Inhale, rotate up. Exhale, rotate down. Inhale, rotate up. Last 2, remember, keep your lower back long here. So tailbone is reaching towards the wall beneath you. Last time. I feel like I'm so close to a click that I've been needing my whole life. It's not going to happen. Open up towards the sky. Reach your left arm up and down, at least over towards the left. Engage your obliques. Slowly bring yourself up. Well done. Left arm up. Sorry, right arm up. Take that moment. Okay, so we're going to really tease the floor here, controlling with your center. It's going to be really obliques, QL, glutes, left arm up and over. Inhale. Exhale, engage your center. Use your core to lift you. Inhale, reach up. Soften through the left shoulder. Exhale up through center. Two, center, 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 glute, 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 glute. And two. I feel like I've said two like 10 ago. Okay, last time up. Good, and this time we're gonna stay down, right? So right hand down, left arm up overhead. Okay, here we're gonna lift that top leg off the ground. So I want you to use your tummy to do that. Find your center, lengthen through your tail, lift your leg up off of the ground. Good, and you're gonna bring knee to elbow. Bam, 10, 9. So as you bring that knee and elbow towards one another, keep lifting out of your right leg. So I'm not going to let my bum shoot towards the back wall behind me. I want to keep kind of facing you guys, relatively neutral in my spine. 6, 5, 4, 3. Your bottom leg might start talking to you. 2, saying hi. 1, left leg down. Left hand down, so coming into that weird wonky plank. And so get your hands looking planky. Turn the toes of your back foot so that left heel, turn it up towards the sky. Let your right leg pivot as needed, okay? Push the floor away. Lengthen and round actually into the lower back. So I'm going to let my lower back round. Inhale here and exhale, lift. Knee comes up towards the sternum and back down. Exhale, push the floor away, knee comes in and up, and down. As I do this, I don't want to shoot my shoulders behind my wrist and turn into a down dog. It's kind of too easy. I want to keep my shoulders on top of my wrists as I do that. As I lift my knee up, makes it a little bit more challenging. 5, and down. 4, keep the lower back rounding. 3, and down. 2, and down. And 1, and down. Good. Stay facing with your chest towards the ground. Bring your big toes to touch, knees open wide. Send your butt back towards your heels and take a shell. Really nice. If you're like me, like I really enjoy taking my hands to my feet in a shell stretch. So I'm going to take that position, but if you prefer arms overhead, please go there. Wherever you're at in your shell, just soften into the cheeks in your jaw. And start to feel the breath fill your tummy. Feel the breath fill into the lower back as well. Let's take 2 more breaths here before we do one last little stretch, and then you're actually done. Beautiful. So we're just going to come into a really gentle thread the needle to end off. So it's going to be hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. I shall do my left arm first. So I'm going to reach left arm up, finding a nice rotation. And then I'm literally going to thread it down and let my left cheek rest on the floor. So I'm guessing your face is turned away from the camera, which is great. So just listening to my voice, see if you can think about gently tucking your chin towards your throat so that the back of the neck gets really long. Closing your eyes, maybe thinking about taking your breath into your left shoulder blade. Let's take 3 more breaths in here. Of course, if you want to make this deeper, you can take your right hand away from the floor, put your right hand into the small of your back of your palm, on to the small of your back. If you want that, you pull your right elbow back towards the wall behind you. One more breath here. And then let's take the right hand back to the mat. Push the floor away, come onto all fours very briefly. Before we go to the other side, we're going to do a little cat-cow, rounding into the spine. Pull your belly in and up, push the floor away. Big breath into the back line, and then pull the heel of the hands towards the knees. Draw your heart forward, squeeze your shoulder blades down. Lift your heart, inhale. And then push the floor away, round into the spine, lift the navel in and up. Keep the shoulders above the wrists if you can. Inhale, relax the head. Last time, pull the heel of the hands towards your knees, isometrically pulling the floor towards you as you lift your heart and squeeze the shoulder blades down. Inhaling here. Coming to neutral briefly before we go to the right side. So right arm reaches up. And then thread that needle. Right arm comes down and through. Pause and hold. Once you get there, for me, the first thing I always do is tuck my chin towards my throat to get that a little bit of extra length. And sometimes when I do that, I get this sensation of pull all the way from the back of my skull down towards my sacrum. That's totally fine and normal. Sending your breath down into that right shoulder blade. If you want more, you totally don't have to take more. You can reach your left arm up. Take the back of your left hand into the small of your back and pull your elbow towards the wall behind you. Just make sure you're not clenching into your jaw here, softening through your teeth. Almost thinking about marshmallow mouth. One more big deep breath in this position. And then put that left hand onto the mat, push the floor away, come back onto all fours. Last little cat-cow here. We're going to round into the spine. Lift your belly in and up. Connect the pinky toes of your feet to the mat, big toes of the feet to the mat. Inhale into the back and sides. Let your brain feel heavy. Push the floor away. Push, 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 push. And then pull the floor towards you. Lift your heart, look up. Inhale. Last time, push the floor away, round, round, round into the spine. Let the head drop down. Inhale into the back and sides. And then pull the floor towards you. Lift your heart, look up, breathe down into your pelvic floor. Good. Let's tuck our toes under, come into a brief downward facing dog, just to transition to standing. Walk your feet in towards your hands. Hanging in a forward fold. Beautiful place to be right now. Let the weight of your head decompress your spine. Soften the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale here. It's such a great opportunity to restack your spine right now. Take it super slow. Pressing down through the feet. Lift your navel in and up. Restack one vertebra at a time. Slowly coming up. Inhale, reach your arms up. I'm going to interlace my thumbs at the top. Big stretch, up, 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 up. Reach for the sky, reach for the sky, reach for the sky. Push your heels into the floor, big toes into the floor. Inhale. Reach up, 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 up. And exhale, let the arms fall. Guys, that is you 100% done. In fact, 1 minute over. So thank you so much for joining.